Welcome. The Cloud Dancer speaks. Well, oh, so many things. I want to discuss, if you will allow me, I want to discuss a continuation of what I covered last time. They talk about Native American shaman, Chinese shaman, Celtic shaman, Siberian shaman, but in the world of shaman, there is no such thing. There is no colour, there's no creed, there is only spirit. After all, you're only an energy being. Each one of you are energy beings, encapsulated in this body that we use. And as an energy being, you do not have colour, you do not have creed, you do not have blue eyes, brown eyes, pink eyes, yellow eyes, whatever. You don't have the designation of Chinese, North American, Asian, Celtic. You have none of that. So you'll find that in each section of shamanism there is a core teaching which doesn't change. And it's this core teaching that we must adhere to. There is another mystic world which I'm not going to go into yet because I'm not ready for it yet. But there is an inner teachings as well. The job of a shaman is a go-between, if you like, between spirit and man. In the old days, they were called lots of different things, but let's be honest here, folks. It's only labels. That's what you're dealing with, a label. So let's forget all these labels, brush them put them in the dustpan. Let's face what we are and who we are. It's up to each person to venture. It's not an easy journey. As I said, there are many frauds out there who do this for money. One comes to mind about the pipe keeper. I think this is quite amusing because there's only one pipe keeper in any shaman teaching, but it's really prevalent in North American. It's not. I don't think it's prevalent in Celtic at all. That's peculiar to them. Sweat lodges. This existed in all forms of shamanism, but in Celtic they have a system where you're actually. How can I put this? You go through death. No, you don't die. It's a ritual of going through, passing through. This is the start of the journey. Death of the old self. And when I say death of the old self, I mean death of the old self. To destroy all the teachings. Wipe it out your mind. Get rid of it. It's debris. All the programming that's been pushed into us when we were young. Get rid of it. Let's open our minds and start this on a new level. So you go through this ritual death, if you like. When I took on shamanism, when I started studying, I went through the Cave of the Ancients, which was also a form of death ritual. Christians do it all the time. They call it baptism, where you're drowned in bloody water and you come out born again. This was taken from the ancients. Nothing to do with Christianity whatsoever. In Celtic, you are deprived of all your senses. Sense of touch, sense of smell, sense of sight. You're in sense deprivation. And you go through sense deprivation for about 12 to 24 hours, depending. And when you come out of it, you are shaman or shaman, whatever. This is the ritual of the killing of the old and rebirth as a new being. Now this is what is happening all the time. All the time. New births are starting. We call them crystal children, or they all have different abilities. But we're not alone. Beware that our opposition always knows of us as well. They're quite aware of us. They know exactly what we're doing and what we're planning. And the greatest weapon, which is not a weapon, is the flute. I don't care whether you play a tin whistle, a North American flute like I play, or whether you play a recorder. It makes a sound. That sound is a vibration that links you with the very essence of nature. Someone asked me for protection against the elements. Well, the easiest way to get protection of the elements, take your whistle, your flute, your recorder, even a bloody drum, and play. Play to the elements and ask for a shield of protection. You have to meditate as you're playing. No set tune, just play the notes that you feel drawn to. And you ask for protection over your home. To do this, you're calling on the King of the Eagles. That the King of the Eagles will protect you with his great wings. It will not let harm come to you. This is what we are talking about here. We're not talking about a mystic potion, waving a wand here and waving a wand there, and doing a Harry Potter thing. It won't work. Communicate. That does work. How do you communicate? With sound. Someone said to me once, they tried a mantra, just an ordinary mantra. It didn't seem to work for them. And they tried it again, but this time they sung it. And things began to happen. Why? Because of the vibration of the notes that she was hitting. This is what it's all about. Some of us can't sing at all. So we use an instrument. You play from your heart. Not from sheet music, not from some super pop hero that is on your television screen. You create your music. You create it. And once you create it, it becomes special. And the vibration will linger out. Like incense will purify a room. So this, too, will connect you with various spirit guides. If you're dealing with elementals, you have to do it this way. There's no other way that you can really do it. So, the other thing is, I think it's very romantic and very nice, and that is wind chimes just outside the door. As the wind blows, the wind chime. I suggest bamboo wind chimes if you can get them. They give such a mellow sound, a vibration. That vibration is a protection. It also protects your home from any nasties that may want to come and pay you a visit, and various things like this. So, you know, you can use this to your advantage. Besides, it's a very pretty sound, the wind chimes. You can get the tubular ones that are made of metal if you wish, for the tinkling effect, which are also nice. It doesn't make any difference. The ancients used to use shells, if I remember, and used to string these shells up with vines and link them all together, and as the wind blew them, they all tinkled. Very romantic, very beautiful. But more important, it is a vibration that is linking with the elements. It's a vibration that's linking with Gaia. Gaia is the name I use for this earth. Earth is a living thing. It's not a dead lump flying around in space. It has heart, it has chakra. Sorry, I'm sorry. All right, I'll pronounce it right. I got pulled for the other day for doing that. Chakra. And it has all the requirements of a living thing. You have the pulse of the earth. So when we connect with the earth, the instrument we mainly use is the drum. Your heart is like a drum. The drum is the beat of the earth, and it links you with the earth. Everything is alive. Be aware. I once said to you, go for a walk. Feel the energies. It's there. Reach out to it. It's sacred. That brings us to trees as well. The most sacred tree we have is the oak tree. Why? Because it produces a sap which is highly nutritious in protein. It also can give you weaponry to protect yourself. It can also communicate with you. So the oak is very sacred to a shaman. Well, it is to this one anyway, that's for sure. I see you looking at me over there, Adrian.
14 minutes have passed. I'm keeping track of the time.
Okay, good boy. So 14 minutes have passed. As you noticed, I changed my flute, and this flute was sent to me from America, and it's Cherokee. It's made by a Cherokee, and because I'm a member of the Wolf Clan, they gave me the wolf engraving on the totem on the actual flute. I very seldom play it because it's very sacred to me, and it's very mellow. So this is a very special flute. Most of you are using the F-sharp flute, that's the heart flute. Use it. This is the flute of love. This communicates love to all that you are meditating on. To communicate with spirit, use
15 minutes have passed.
Okay. Use the A flute. This allows you to communicate with other beings. Okay, that's it for this one, I'm afraid. The boss has told me I've got to go and leave you. Namaste. Om Shanti.